You're disciplined, you're eating clean, but the scale's not moving. Here's exactly why that's the case. So many people fall into this trap and they plateau on their fitness journey and end up giving up on their goals. And if you're wondering why you should listen to me, my name's Nick. I'm an online transformation coach for busy professionals. And personally, I went through a 70-pound fat loss journey, basically transformed my entire life and put me on the journey of self-improvement. The same journey that I put my clients onto to reach their fat loss and aesthetic goals. So to narrow it all down to the main reason why you're still not losing weight, even though you're eating clean, is because you're not focusing on being in a calorie deficit. The number one key to losing fat above all else, no matter what you're eating, is to be in a calorie deficit. That means to be eating less calories per day than what it takes to maintain your weight. So many people think that just eating foods that are clean or that people claim are superfoods just instantly starts making your body this fat burning machine, and it'll make you just use calories differently, and calories don't matter, and just a calorie can exist and then it can disappear. That's not how science, that's not how physics, that's not how any of the fundamentals of nutrition works. The truth is, healthy foods or clean foods can't actually be defined. You don't know what a clean food is, besides someone telling you that they sprayed it with hand sanitizer spray before they ate it. And obviously that's a joke, don't try that in real life. But you get the point. No one can clearly explain what clean foods are, what super healthy foods are, what superfoods are. It's all subjective. To hold any food to this standard and to think that eating that food alone would get you the fat loss or the nutrients that your body needs to end up becoming this lean machine is not only delusional, but it's unrealistic. And as someone who's working full-time and doesn't have time to check on all these chemicals or where the food comes from, you want to know how you should eat so that you can start losing fat without having to worry about boxing yourself into this one strict category that stops you from making progress. That stops you from actually losing fat just because you want to say, oh, I'm eating clean and nothing's happening. A good case study to go to, aside from my own, because I did eat processed foods whilst I was getting lean and seeing my six-pack for the first time ever. But another famous case study would be the Twinkie professor. Now, I'm not condoning that you eat Twinkies and convenience foods, but when you're in a place where you cannot afford to spend all this time each and every day prepping meals with all these ingredients and preparing them and cooking them all on your own, sometimes you need convenient options. So what I'm telling you is not to look for the food item that is organic or that is a superfood. The reason why I brought up the Twinkie diet professor is because he ran an experiment for 6 weeks where he lost, I believe, over 22 pounds of fat really quickly by eating junk foods, quote unquote, which instantly disproves the myth that you can't get lean with convenience foods. Now, when you are looking for convenience foods, this is what I want you to look out for. Number one, the calories per 100 grams or the calories per serving. Make sure that you are picking the food option that is the least amount of calories and with the most amount of protein. So many people pick the wrong foods to snack on, like nuts. Now, are nuts considered healthy? Yes, they're a very healthy fat source. But when somebody says, you got to eat clean, have some nuts in between each and every meal, that is going to add up so fast in calories that you won't notice where all the extra fat came from. All that you know is that it's on your belly and you're stressing out even more. So instead, if you are going to snack, pick foods like non-fat flavored Greek yogurt. These are high in protein and low in calories per 100 grams at just about 40 something calories, meaning that you can have the whole tub and have a bunch of protein and feel full afterwards. Other low calorie options include fruits, so grab packs of fruit and you can snack on them. Make sure you pick the right kinds of fruits, so fruits that are water-based, such as watermelon or oranges, berries. These are all high in fiber as well, meaning they can fill you up and don't cost as many calories as nuts, let's say. Now, you can also pick salads, but some people get it wrong when they come to salads and they start to subjectively put in the whole, oh, this is healthy, so therefore any salad can be healthy, therefore I can still lose weight. No, you still got to look out for things like dressings and sauces that people put onto salads that are worth more calories sometimes than the actual salad and the solid food itself. So make sure when you get salads, you opt for no dressing or just for lemon juice, or come up with your own sort of dressing like hot sauce, which is very low in calories. Lastly, for packaged foods and convenience foods, pick air popped popcorn, which you can get some of those options just from the convenience store, or you can make it at home. Or you can also have shirataki noodles, which is actually a lesser known food, and it's essentially like noodles, but it's a quarter of the calories, and most of the calories come from fiber and a little bit from carbs. This is an amazing option if you want to voluminize, meaning add volume and make your meal bigger so that you can feel more full after finishing eating. Now, I just gave you a bunch of snacks and high protein, low calorie options that you can swap for the current foods you're eating so that you can start losing fat. Now, if you think of this in a regular sense of what you should be aiming to achieve with the foods you have day to day, you want to make sure that your calorie deficit each and every day is between 500 to 700 calories. That is if you're not trying to get super lean, super duper quickly, but you're still looking to lose at least 1 pound to 2 pounds per week. And you can do this without worrying about getting super duper starved, as long as you're eating a lot of high protein and trying to hit or aiming to hit 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you do this each and every day, let's say you weigh 200 pounds, and for you to lose 1 pound to 2 pounds a week, you need to eat 2,000 calories. That is 200 grams of protein and 2,000 calories per day, and try and fit what you're eating in that day into that target. So let's break it down. You have 3 meals a day, let's say. You have 3 meals. So 2,000 minus 3 meals. Let's say you have 500 calories per meal. So you have 3 meals times 500 calories. That's 1,500 calories by the end of the day. Next up, you have, let's say, an extra 500 calories. You could split that to 2 snacks in between meals, or you could have a protein shake, or you can have some of those high protein, low calorie food options in between meals that we mentioned earlier. Start doing this every single day, and you'll start to see the fat shred off every single week. And to treat yourself, because you no longer believe in this whole, oh, if I eat clean, I'll start losing fat, or if I eat superfoods, my body's gonna turn into this fucking magical specimen. Now that you don't believe that anymore, you can start to treat yourself. Let's say you have a day where you have 500 calories left over on your daily budget. You know, you have eaten 1,500 calories. Your goal is to hit 20,000 calories. 2,000 calories. And for those extra 500 calories, you could eat, let's say, a small dessert. Or you could have a nice low calorie tub of ice cream. And this can destroy your myth of thinking that you need to eat a certain way. You need to eat super duper strict, or only eat these 5 foods to improve your metabolism or to improve your health. When you got to realize that the thing that's going to improve your health is losing that 5 pounds that you've been trying to lose, or losing that 15 pounds that you've been trying to lose for the last year and a half whilst you're working this job, and you just feel like you're not living up to who you feel you are, with your drive, with your motivation to succeed in, let's say, your career, but for some reason you can't seem to do it with your physique. I get what that feels like, bro. I used to suffer with that when I used to work full-time 6 days a week a year ago. I hated how my body looked, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. But then I found out that if you really look at the fundamentals of how food works, of how energy balance works, of how calories in, calories out works, then you can make this work no matter what kind of diet you're into, whether it's fasting, whether it's eating low carb, whether it's having cheat meals every now and then. So I hope this video gave you an idea of why eating clean isn't the way to lose fat, but it's rather just a distraction from the core root of what can get you absolutely shredded. So if you start to implement the things that I've recommended in this video, then please let me know if they were valuable to you, and you can drop a comment below and like the video if it helped. I'd also like to mention that as of now, I'm starting a free 14-day fitness challenge starting June 16th this year for busy professionals in their 20s and 30s who want to lose fat and rebuild momentum, show that their discipline in their career can shine through and be reflected in their physique. So if you want to kickstart your fat loss journey and build good habits, then you can sign up for it in the link in the pinned comment below, or you can DM me at my Instagram at NickSteep, but there's only 20 spots available. So make sure you sign up now to get in. It's going to be insane. I can't wait to see you in there, bro. And remember, leave no more lost potential. Peace.